Aloha class. So I just wanted to give you an intro kind of to the chapter, and this chapter kind of makes you think a little bit in a little bit different way. So we're trying to determine relevant costs versus irrelevant costs. We're trying to figure out if we should really drop a line if it really isn't bringing us money in, because we don't want to have unprofitable products. Maybe they're outdated. And so we have to consider what will happen if we discontinue the product. That is it bringing in a negative or a loss, a net operating loss, not income? But it's not so simple if we have costs that are unavoidable, right? So you could have a fixed expense that is unavoidable. Say, for example, you pay rent on a facility and you decide, you have two products, and you say one product is not profitable, why don't I just drop that product? Well, this rent is you still have to pay rent no matter what, whether you're making a product or whether you're not making a product. And so you're still going to have this expense allocated to the space where a product should be. But if you're changing a product, you're still going to have a negative outflow of money for this product that you're going to discontinue until you get a new product and making new stuff. So we still have costs to consider that are fixed, that are unavoidable costs, or maybe it's like the supervisor over both products, right? Just because you drop one product line, the supervisor is still there, even though they're probably not like overseeing the product. If you're going to discontinue that product and you're going to keep that person in there and you're paying them a salary, you're not just going to cut their salary in half and say, sorry, you don't have two products, now you only get half your salary, because you promised them that salary and you can't just back out on that. So there's costs that will continue even if we start discontinuing a line, that we have to consider, that would continue no matter what happens. We still have to pay for this stuff. It's relevant because we have to pay for it, and so we take that into consideration before we just drop a line of product, before we just drop a product. So this is just like a simple example. I just wanted to use simple numbers before we get into the more larger numbers. But okay, so you have this outdated product. You can see with this contribution margin, it's making $15 of contribution margin. So it is making kind of some money, but then you have these huge overhead, fixed overhead expenses that are giving it a net operating loss. Right? So the first thing you're going to do in a problem is try to identify, if we were to drop this product, if we were going to drop this product, what's going to happen? What are some of the costs that I can avoid? And that would be a cost saving. So instead of paying that money, I would be saving money, not paying money out. So that's a positive thing when I can save money. But if I drop this product, I'm going to have no contribution margin left, no sales, no variable expenses. So no sales would be like a negative thing, because now I don't have any money coming from the sales. So negative sales, but I'm saving money on the variable expenses because I don't have to pay to make it. So positive variable expenses, but a negative contribution margin. I'm not going to sell it anymore. I don't have sales. I don't have variable expenses. So it's going to be a change. I'm not going to have $15 contribution margin. So that's a negative $15 down. But I can save money, and that's a cost saving. So I should add any cost savings that are specifically traceable to the product, right? So if I can save that money by not spending it, by dropping this product, I would save money, and unavoidable fixed overhead, I have to still pay for it. And so it's not a cost savings, right? And so in theory, that'd be nice if we could just zero all these out, but part of them are going to be traceable fixed overhead, and some of them are going to be unavoidable fixed overhead. So sometimes the problem's worded one of two ways, or what I've seen. 2/3 of fixed expenses would be eliminated if you discontinue this product, right? So 2/3 and 1/3 would continue if you discontinue this product. Okay, so 1/3 would continue no matter what. Like, I have to pay rent no matter what. I have to pay my supervisor no matter what. Even if they're, not supervising this product anymore, because they're still a part of this organization, and I will allocate it to this product. Okay, so 1/3 of this will continue no matter what. So maybe 0.33333. And then, so I would say $6, maybe you could round that, or you could do like 1 divided by 3. and divided by 3 times it by 18, and it is $6 more exact, and then 2/3 or 0.6666. Oh, we gotta times it by the 18. There you go. Right, so first, identifying what's the ratio that are going to avoid or what's going to continue, right? And so I still have to pay for these no matter what, and this one I could save. It's a cost savings. And our income statement would look something like this. If you discontinue, no more sales, no more variable expenses, no more contribution margin, no more traceable fixed expenses. So I don't have this product, so I don't have these fixed costs. But these unavoidable fixed overhead I still have to pay, right? And that's like a negative if I still have to pay that. So I have 0 contribution margin minus this expense, and now I have a -6 net operating income, which looks worse than when I was actually making a little bit of contribution margin. Now it's a -6. And a lot of the times we look at the change between the two, right? So let's see that change. So, we went down, now we don't have any sales, but we're saving money because we don't have to pay for the product, but we're down money for the contribution margin. And you'll see that in the textbook. It's a negative contribution margin. We don't have that anymore, but we have a cost savings of $12, right? So we do have a cost savings. We don't have to pay for those fixed expenses anymore. That's a positive. We're saving money on that. And so the change, right, was first we were earning a -3 net operating income, and then we still have to pay for unavoidable fixed overhead. So a -6 was the final net operating income if we discontinue this product, and the change would be a -3. So you're losing even more money when you decide to discontinue. So you have to really think it through if this is going to be worth it to discontinue, because you have a larger negative or larger net operating loss if you discontinue.